Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nurses in Charge. This is Share Your Nurse Story. This is episode number 5. We are so excited. We have made 5 episodes so far, and tonight it is so special. I can't even put it into words. I want to welcome you all. Those who are just joining us the first time, thank you for coming along. Those who have been here for the past 5 episodes, we say thank you for your commitment. We are Nurses in Charge, a nonprofit organization based in the United States. We serve nurses globally through connection, celebration, and empowerment. Tonight, our show is being led by myself, founder of Nurses in Charge. My name is Dr. Nyepu Kimo, and it is my profound pleasure to introduce our guest of tonight's show, Evelyn Yengigoe,
Mm-hmm.
joining us from Liberia, West Africa. What a pleasure to have my sister, Madam Chairwoman for Nurses in Charge, Chapter 1 in Liberia. Evelyn, you are a leader, and what a pleasure to have you here tonight for us to have a discussion as you share your nurse story. Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is definitely one of a kind that you should share, you should like it, you should subscribe because we are moving forward every Sunday evening, it may be Sunday night in your um, geographical zone, or it could be in the morning. Um, in either way, we say thank you for coming along. And Evelyn, welcome, welcome, welcome. I will allow you to introduce yourself and say more and more about yourself. Please do take the stage.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Hall, for that brilliant introduction. I'm Evelyn Yengigoe, Chapter 1 Chair Lily in Liberia, specifically in Nima County. I'm so happy to be part of this show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just relax. This is a laid back dialogue between a couple of nurses. Well, we may have others joining us, and you guys are all welcome to come on live. And I believe we can take up to 10 panelists. So if you guys want to come along, let us surround Evelyn with love and have her share her remarkable story with us. Before we go ahead to have Madam Chairwoman tell us anything, I have a few questions just to warm the stage, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
here we are. Here we are. If you could have any superpower, if you could have any superpower to make your nursing shift easier, what would that be and why? Evelyn, you
Yeah.
want you want to take a lead on that question? It's our icebreaker. You know, what would that superpower be to make your nursing shift easier?
Mm. The way in which I will care for my patients,
Mhm.
the way in which I will invite them, the approach
Mhm.
will help me in that direction.
Okay. As for me, I love fun. I would just make everybody laugh. I'll find some joke to lighten the mood, allow everyone to laugh and share fun. And sometimes we get so caught up into our work and we forget to have fun, or sometimes we don't have the time or the shift is so intense. Your patient's going so bad. It feels like all hell is breaking loose on you, on your around you, and just checking on another nurse as well will make that day, and also will make the shift easier, not only on that nurse but also that support is a good vibe, it's a positive vibe. So for me, I will be helping whoever is drowning, and I will also be making fun to make everybody laugh.
Yes.
Anyone else out there want to come along and tell us in the chat? Let us know your answer to this question. If you have any superpower, my superpower is humor. I love making people laugh. So
Mm.
I've tried it many times and it works. Just goof off a little bit. You know, someone who was so, um, you know, headstrong into their work, they start laughing, and that makes life better for everyone.
Yes.
Right.
Sometimes,
Yeah. Huh?
sometimes you have to look at the atmosphere too,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes when you are, especially when you work into the emergency area, caring patient of concern, when you start making fun, sometimes some of them will feel it's different. So you look at the atmosphere. If you know that your patient level is very low, where there is no critical patient, you can make it fun.
That's true. You're right. The 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 humor may not be welcome by all,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to do something to lighten the mood, and
Yeah.
also the team camaraderie. Checking in on other nurses, see how they're doing, see if you can lend them a helping hand. It goes a long way for real. Our next question is, what is the most unusual or surprising thing you've ever had to use as a makeshift medical tool or solution during your career?
Come again?
So if you've ever used any instrument or tool that was a makeshift, you made it up, like you made up your own stethoscope or something to improvise. You did not have a stethoscope, but you used some means to listen to your patient's heartbeat, or what would that be? Anything you've ever used in your career to as a solution, unusual, something surprising, something crazy, but it made sense to use it, and it was helpful.
Like one time I was in a hospital, there were no tourniquet what we can use to establish the line.
You stole my
I
idea.
got
Okay,
I
go
got
on.
I got a rubber.
Uh-huh.
I tried to gloves it. There were, in a government facility, sometimes things can really be high.
Uh-huh.
So I got a glove. I just went the glove. I tuned it into two because it was one piece. You
Okay.
not leave the glove long, so I have to cut it into two and establish my patient line. So
Okay.
the baby mother was there telling me, "Next the thing will help my baby." I said, "But we don't have the one that was so use on the piece for now, so we're managing with this one." And I was able to establish the line.
There you go. You met your ultimate goal. Listen, when I say
Yes.
my idea, I've used rubber glove.
Okay.
If I have a patient that is small, I will use I've done it several times, by the way. You're in a
Mm-hmm.
room, you're in a precaution room. I was in a precaution room during these times where um I did not have the tourniquet to draw my labs. So I
Mm,
think one time it was labs and the other time I was starting an IV. So I used the rubber glove to
mm-hmm.
tighten it around. You said tie it up like a tourniquet, and it
Yes,
worked.
it
You
works.
have to use the next size up. If in your situation you use the next size down, and it worked. Hey, I'm sitting here
Mm-hmm.
and got their care, and
And I want to get a land, so I start giving my medication.
Uh-huh.
So the mother was there laughing. She said, "Hey, let's tell her." I said, "Ma, this astrology we need to use for our patient
Yeah,
just to
because
save life. So if I will wait and say I call in the super father to come give me 2 where will be looking for it or then the life of the child?
of
How will
course,
it be?"
of course. I don't know if you remember this incidents in Liberia during the Ebola crisis. There were nurses who, well, there were many cases of nurses not having medical supplies, and that
Yeah.
the basic PPE gloves were scarce, so nurses were using the black plastic bags on
Mm-hmm.
it. They were tied up.
On our hand,
Yeah, right. It's
using it on our hand, using it on our foot.
oh my goodness, to cover their shoes and
Yes, because
crazy.
you try it.
Crazy. Mm-hmm.
So the guy is rubber band, they got a 3 tap, they got a big one. They
Mm-hmm.
want sometimes maybe when you face the hair, you want for it to hold good out when you throw it into you throw it two
Mm-hmm.
times, you climb it up and face the plastic very nice and shop your foot,
Wow.
you be moving with it.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
what day you stepping in solution water.
Uh-huh. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I tell you, nurses do a lot. So hey guys out there listening, if you have a story that is so crazy and unique, something you've used in your line of work to make the day as a solution and it helped, please share that fun with us. All
Mm.
right, ladies and gentlemen, the last one here will blow your mind is that did you know that as of May 2024, that the World Health Organization estimated that there are 29 million nurses worldwide. 29 million nurses worldwide. OMG. And nurses making 60% of the healthcare population. Healthcare professional population. Nurses make 60%. So we go way past half of the population that make up healthcare professionals. 60%. We ought to be very proud. We ought to be very feel accomplished that we are leading in the healthcare arena in numbers. And I want to hear
Mm.
from you all. Are we leading in leadership? Are we leading in any other aspect of the healthcare profession? Please put that in the chat. Because if we make up 60% of the healthcare professional population, what else? That how is that that percentage of any value or of any leverage as professionals, or are we just numbers? Are we just numbers and not adding any value? Welcome, Nurse Nora. Welcome. And here we are. She joins us just at the nick of time. We are about to talk with Evelyn Yengigoe. I am done with my icebreaker questions and some fun facts. So here we are. When you were asked, Evelyn,
Mm-hmm.
our survey goes out to members and viewers to share a brief story or an experience that has had a significant impact on you as a nurse. When you were asked that question, you share your story that you provided blood for a child who was in critical condition. And so we need to hear a little more about this story from you. Please do share from start to finish. I can't wait.
Oh Lord. Yeah. So I can keep the ball rolling now.
Oh, girl, the stage is all yours.
All right. My experience as a nurse because I got like 7 years experience.
Ooh.
So in my first experience I ever had is about this 3-year-old child that was brought in the facility. Can you imagine? This child, the grandparents are the one that brought this child.
Mm-hmm.
And when they brought this child, the blood was very low, 3 grand. 3 years with 3 grand. Can you imagine? Grandparents don't have money. And I was sitting on my desk looking at the grandmother. She crying, thinking how this child will live. We even have to hold the child and turn the child upside down for the blood to flow because the blood was like leaving the heart now. So I sat down and said, God, there all the miracle you need to do it for me because this child was from Gamu. The grandfather sitting, the mother sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, God, you need to help me in this solution because I always love this Bible verse which says we should look unto Jesus. He's the author and finisher of our faith. Hebrews 12 verse 2. So I ran in the lab. I went in the lab. The lab technician, they said, we don't have any blood here. I said, we need to save life. This child, 3 years with 3 grand. What can we do? So I started to talk to them. I said, can you people test my blood and see? Let us do the charity and see the level of the child blood and know the type of blood. When they did it, the child is O plus. Then I said, you can try mine. When they did my testing, everything. I was free from all disease by the grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
But then my blood was a little bit low, around 10, 11, 10. Then the lab technician told me, hey, says, Evelyn, you can get a blood here, your blood low. I say I will give that blood. Nothing will happen to me. But that child need to be safe. That child is growing. He said, we don't have no blood bear here. I said, okay, I'm going for blood bear. I'll look for blood bear. I ran in the pharmacy. I talked to the people. I'm going for blood bear. And they got the 1 unit out of me. They said, oh, you don't want any trouble. I said, there will be no trouble. You are eating? I said, yes. Drink some more water. I hold it 1 cup of water. I drank all. And I lie on the bed where you can donate. And I had they took the 1 unit out of me. When they took the 1 unit, we went, we gave it to this child. And by the grace of God, the grandparent, while they sitting outside crying, I said, I'm looking for a solution. So they just saw me with the blood. Then the papa told me, but the how will do the blood? We pay for the blood. I said, Papa, right now, we're not talking about paying for blood. We're thinking how the life will come back. When that time reach, we'll call our one. So we went, we donated the blood, we gave it to the child. And by the grace of God, right after that transfusion, the child came through. I said, God, you are wonderful. Because sometimes they will bring children in the facility, 3 grand, they will die. Some will come with 4 grand, they will die. But God just kept that child alive. While I was doing the donation, the child was just there, the hair upside down. Then my colleague will come and say, hey, since all in the child get critical, we need concentrator, we need O2 to put on the child. I say, yeah, not for O2. No O2.
Mm-hmm.
It make the worksite difficult for you. No O2. We looking all around the other oxygen was depending on another patient, and you cannot take the patient for honor air. I say the thing that child will have that difficult breathing because there is no blood. As
Yeah.
soon we transfer that child will come through. And everything what I said and what happened. As soon we did the transfusion, the child came through. The child was okay. But then the grandparents, I told them your wait when the child is okay. Then the
Mm-hmm.
child spend like 2 to 3 days in a facility. Then we can look at the repeat the post HP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before I will come out to the other hospital, they left the facility. Then my colleagues in our tell say, but I think our the patient here, the patient going the message, he get a teaching, he need to go teach, he get other problem, he need to solve.
Oh
So
my.
when I came back to the facility, I sat down the test, they say your patient feel going oh. The papa say he get a student they need to teach. I said student. So in case a child could die last thing, you can't be thinking about teaching student. Why
Hmm.
would he do such a thing? He just want to suffer that child. And he did not leave here for us to even educate him which type of food he's supposed to get that child to pay all the blood. They say we told him everything and he said God is in control.
Wow.
I said, but how is the child? They say, oh, the child is okay. The labor ate. He was even sitting with his grandmother talking. I said, praise be to God. At least I reached my goal. And I had a left. Since he left, I did not see him up to this time. But I believe that that child is okay. And before I could transfuse the blood, I started asking him, where you from? He said, oh, I'm from Gamu. I said, and that time I just keep in contact with my New York. At the following week, I came in contact with the other man. I said, ah, but you know what? New York came for Gamu. He said, oh, that my Oma there, that Oma, that Oma too good. Yeah, the Oma, she just give for the stage you were here. I said, okay, I know I explain. I said, but then I just wanted to know. He said, you know what? I said, yes, I know her too, the mama. We
Mm-hmm.
started lecturing and I do what I want to do. And I hardly left. So that is my first experience. I had to transfuse, taking blood out of myself to give it to a patient to save life.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Evelyn, you have a guest. Your kids, they love attention when they see mom and dad or families on the phone. They want to come and show their faces. They try to control it. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I can laugh because your children are bugging you, but I was I was I was becoming teary for a moment because knowing that your story, the entity, the patient that you saved his life is actually from a village, you know. So whenever something hits close to home like this, it become personal. It become, it suffocates me. So, but thank you so much. Uh, your courageous act to save this kid's life. So we are speaking of a year ago, right? About a year ago. Just leave that
Mhm.
to okay. These are the dynamics of a nurse's life. You're a mother, you are a professional nurse, you're wearing many hats, a wife, a sister, a community leader, everything we do. So it's okay. Let the kids let us spy a little bit. They want to know who you're talking with. So we all did that. Listen, don't tell me when you're growing up and you saw your parents speaking with visitors, you never went to
I,
sit there.
I went there, oh.
Okay,
But
all right.
our time was different for now.
So listen, human is human. I believe if that child was in China, they would still try to look over their parents' shoulders. So it's okay. We all been there. So oh, that's the thing about NIC. Nurses in charge, we are family oriented. We are we're authentic. We know you're a mother, we know you're a sister. If you have a family member walking behind you while you're talking, that tells me that you represent a community. You're not just a member of nurses in charge as a you're not a robot. You're a person. So yeah, I love that. You are a
Yeah.
mother, you are a community leader, you are a professional nurse, you had 10 pints of blood in you. Your blood count was 10, and you managed to take one of that and give it to a child. risking your own life to save your patient. There is no price attached to that.
No.
No, that there is no price attached to that. This is a priceless gift you give this child. Many people are so self-absorbed, and many people are so not in tune to the suffering of others. But here you are, working as a registered nurse and saving the lives of your patients. You know, this young kid could have died like any other scenario, as you mentioned, but you
Mm-hmm.
to risk your job because even your colleague is telling you that it is against the policy to donate blood when your blood count is low. What is the cutoff point to donate blood?
I should be around 12.
Of course, because as a woman, 12
Mm-hmm.
normal. We
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, you have enough blood count to sustain your own functioning. But here you are your hemoglobin is 10, and
10.
you
Yeah.
are still willing to give some blood. And without even charging, some people donate blood and you get packaging. One, you're
Mm-hmm.
not even being paid for everything you're doing. On top of that, you're giving blood that no one's paying you for. So that life that you saved, as you mentioned, only God can give you your reward. Only God. I commend you for what you've done. I have a couple of questions for you, and I want us to delve into those questions right now. First question has to do with. Let me see what I see here. So your story about providing this blood to this child in need of critical survival. Um, can you share more about the emotional and practical challenges you faced during this situation? You mentioned um, that one, you were going against protocol to donate this blood. Two, they never even had to supply the blood bag. So you had to buy the blood bag. So how much of yourself are you giving up? How has this shaped your career overall, considering all of the challenges you went through to save this kid's life? How has this shaped your career as a nurse?
Mm. As a nurse, you just, for example, when you are a nurse, especially a registered professional person, you should always be in the note to get care for your patient that really in need. Because sometimes some people will come to the facility, they don't even have money.
Hmm.
They don't they for especially when in Liberia they will tell you government facility. They just feel say everything is free and now nothing is free here. Because if you say things free, people will just come and use things out of the way. So we should just be ready to help people that really in need, that cannot even afford. As I was saying about my patient, children leave the child with a grandmother and father. They say they're looking for food to eat, they're not getting it. Then the child blood get low. Why you expecting them to get money? Instead of even donate. Because before someone donate, you have to even pay the person
Mm-hmm.
and they get that blood to get other things to do.
Wow.
So you have to always put yourself in that mood that when you see patient and you'll be able to care for them.
Wow. You're right. The economic constraints,
Mm.
socioeconomic constraints are sometimes the circumstances that make our work even more difficult. To the point where a nurse has to buy the supply for the patient, gave the substance to deliver that care. Um,
Mhm.
words, I'm out of words to truly express what it means. You know, if that was my child that you saved, what would that mean for me? And I'm gonna touch on the part of the father now. Now this father has to go teach. What are you thinking that could have been in the back of that father's mind to go to work in the heat of the moment? In matter of fact, in less than 24 hours of his son almost dying and being revived by the nurse, and this father is rushing to literally leave against medical advice to take his child home. And what you think contributed to that? If in your wildest dream, what you think contributed to the parents taking this child so early? So he's still fragile. He has not even hemodynamically stabilized and bring him home. What do you think was behind all of that?
Find out that because he felt that if he live in a place,
Mm-hmm.
we need to treat the child for complicated malaria because that was one of the things that the diagnosis that make the child for the blood to get low.
Hmm.
And we started the artesunate and all.
Wow.
So he was thinking now, if he leave there, he have to spend another money. And I gave him the assurance. I said, wait, I will come. And the time I gave that artesunate when I'm coming back is the time I'm supposed to give that another medicine. Please don't go wait for me. So maybe he felt like he was going because he don't have any money.
Hmm.
So he felt that when we start the treatment, we're going to buy medicine, we're going to go get other things. But I already made up my mind to do to help. And I gave him the assurance, but that's
Yeah.
all he was thinking about.
You know what? You make a great point because poverty can make people really make decisions that are not safe for themselves and for others. So that's one aspect that truly hits home. He knowing that he could have been charged more for extra, you know, services, extra care for this for his child. Plus, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking maybe if he were not to show up to work, he could lose his job,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And that is the source of their income, the source of their provisions. And so I can truly understand that there were more factors in factors playing in the scenario for a father and or even the mother. Was the mother present, or
The
was it
mother
just
was in Morovia. That the grandpa and grandma brought the child. The
okay?
child living with the grandmother and the grandfather.
Okay, wow,
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Yeah, so growing in Liberia myself, I would note that these circumstances come and they make life tougher for you. Even growing up in the United States, there was a time my dad was a single dad taking care of all of us, and he had to make some sacrifices that today people may look at it and say, "Oh, why would you do that?" But yeah, dad will go hustle around to make sure we had extra Tylenol in the medicine cabinet in case we get sick. We had it. He will hustle around to full pantry. So you see, parents go out of their way, even out of their norm, and they go to provide for their families. So yes, I see where um, the grandparents raising this child, the father who is there has to now provide the necessary needs for this child.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I Another question I have for you, Evelyn, is that here it is. So reflecting on this impactful experience, What changes or improvements do you believe could be made in the healthcare system to better support nurses and patients in similar circumstances?
Hmm. For me, the recommendation I would make as a nurse, because like the government facility, for the government facility, like the private area, the people got blood bank where they can save blood.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when patient come and when they are looking for someone who will donate and they don't find the person, they
Mm-hmm.
when they get the TNC and see the patient blood level and know the type of blood, when they get it there, they will save like while the people come and replace.
Mm.
So for me, my recommendation in the government facility where I work, I told them that we should have blood bank
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes when the patient come, they don't have money, we can use that blood to save life, then we replace.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of all running all around. Because definitely if I couldn't give that blood, that child could die.
Of course.
And not everybody waiting to get that blood to people. And
Yeah.
not free.
Mm.
So when I was even donating the boys in the lab laughing at me, they say, we are more low. Well now the way the way things hard you know
Yeah.
get small thing I said no. I said
Wow.
the small thing when they get it, which one will they get to get medication? Let me just give it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need blood bank to
Mm-hmm.
save life. Because you know, I can always tell people that the nursing, the professional we find ourselves in, the oath that we took. When you
Mm-hmm.
listen to the word, keen, when you see someone dying,
Yeah.
you, and even if the person died, you say, but what went wrong?
Mm.
So if even the person is critical, go in, do your part.
Yeah.
And in doing your part, we should be having other things that will be in place. So we
Yeah.
get blood bank, where when we see people that in need, we donate. Then we can be behind and say, call for someone who can replace the blood. They love it
Yeah.
already there. Why we looking? But the person cannot die. Then you say, hey, who tell the person coming donate the blood? That one I
Yeah.
just passed away.
Mm.
And I will not lie to you that it can always pin me when I see patient need blood.
Mm-hmm.
They're going slowly and there is no means. I can feel hard. I was sharing with my Nora the Iris when I went to her place. She myself started laughing. I say, to never make up for saying I answer all questions. Or, or patient again on the medical ward.
Mm-hmm.
Aki in the ER, the mother need to get blood, no money. She crying all over ruin. Nobody won't get the blood. I was crying the blood area. I tell the person, I beg you, please get that blood. I told 3,000, I give it to the man. I say, you don't find means and get blood for the man, for the child. The father say no money, they won't carry the child back to the village. I say if he carry that child, when anything happen to that child, God will hold you responsible. So that war, when I told him that war, it went at the back of his mind. He called me and said, but no money. This and that. I said, so you prefer the person dying? They bring money and give it to you, eat it. Then you, I said, that life cannot be replaced. Even if the man born another child, that life cannot be replaced.
Sure.
So we have to do it again. And the child came through, the father called me
Mm-hmm.
yesterday night. Says, Evelyn, thank you. The boy is coming through. I listen to your advice. The boy is okay. I say, glory be to God. So these
Wow.
are the things we
Challenges,
need blood.
challenges. Wow. Sounds like
Yes,
a major place of need. The
yes.
blood and donors too. When you have blood bank, you need people to donate blood.
Yeah, we need people to donate blood and we even need concentrator
Yes.
O2.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the blood is leaving the heart, the person breathing, we need to add another air to be managing that person until the blood can come. It was
Wow.
just God that saved that child life.
Wow.
Prayers. Yes.
On that note, there comes my third question for you, Evelyn. So you mentioned that prayer played a significant role in this experience. How has your faith influenced your work as a nurse, and how Have you balanced spiritual and medical aspects in critical situations?
Hmm. See, example,
Mhm.
you know, as a nurse, anytime you are going to work, you should always put God first. Pray in the morning when you reach your job site, you pray in the morning. That can help you for
Mhm.
situation to be solved. You know, when they brought the bad labor, like what I'm telling you about the place I work, the facility,
Mhm.
it's just hard for people to even give to allow you to even say I will do the one because of other patient attitude. They will do it. Just what I tell you, as soon as we donated the blood, the walking through, the paper was going. He did not even call me and I gave him my number. To even say, oh my daughter are going, he signed the paper on new to me. That what really got to me. He
Mhm.
signed the paper on new to me without telling me.
Wow.
So it can make situation difficult for people. So when I saw that child, I say, hey God, the way when you enter the poor blood place, they laugh a hard for them to even help you
Mhm.
because of human attitude. You need to help me to know anything I will tell the people that everything just be okay for me.
Wow.
I was just sitting on my desk talking it like that. I just concentrating and say, God, you said we should look unto you. You, the author and finisher of our anything we want to do, we should put you first. So
Mhm.
in this situation, this child need to live and let the parents, the grandparents know the kind of God you are. You know, I just gave them a simple prayer.
Mhm.
To me, it's simple, but God heard it.
Yeah. From your
Aha,
heart.
go.
Wow.
I wake up straight. I went in the lab. As soon as I went in the lab, I was explaining the thing to them. They said they start feeding for me now. They say, hey, they will be the child now. What I expected, it was different.
Favor.
They all were there and helping me now to look for solution. Hey,
Wow.
we're not doing it there. We have to do that one. We will help you to do the testing, but you have to bring the blood back. I say, yeah, I'll bring it. And the testing too is paid for. It's close to 2,000 something. I mean 3,500 to do the TNC.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So through that,
Wow.
God answer my prayer
Mhm.
and give me more strength to serve him.
So you
And
pray a
tell me
lot.
that
You pray a lot when you have these situations, when you encounter critical patients, challenging situations. Are you routinely praying before you even act on these?
yes, so anytime I receive patient of concern, I can
Mhm.
always pray. Even if I come to my house in my bedroom, I can be praying for that patient.
Wow.
I had a patient 2019 or last of you a patient, the little child.
Hmm.
I was 4 months pregnant. Say simple with my son,
Hmm.
Israel. When I care for that patient, nobody knew I was pregnant.
Hmm.
All the nurses and they felt they afraid to go in that room. And when our colleague daughter,
Mhm.
they lay cry, she cry. I told her, say, let us just pray. God is in control. And they brought that child in the third stage where you see blood leaving from
Ooh, yeah.
the yes,
It's a hemorrhagic fever condition. Oh my goodness.
yes.
Mm.
So I said, God, the child need to live. You need to do your work.
Hmm.
You need to perform the miracle. Yeah, let people know the goodness of you. Everybody left that place.
Wow.
But by the grace of God, we got the oxygen, we put it on our child, or SpO2 level dropped to 40%. She was just there 40. But when we connected our O2, she pick up
Hmm.
that. Hmm, the miracle that God did, that child, that girl, she came through.
Amen to
And when her
that.
eye open, when her
Hmm.
eyes open on me,
Mm.
I was the only nurse she could remember. She said, Mama, the nurse, where the
Oh.
nurse? Yeah, when they bring food for her, she said, they will give me the food. I said, yeah, I will eat some. Just to make her to feel fine. I will put
Oh.
my hand in. I say, the food here, if for my patient say the food for me, nobody must touch it to
Hmm.
give her back.
Wow. Oof.
And
That
now
means
that child is in the university.
You are God sent. You know, I often say to people, nurses don't choose nursing because of the money they're going to make. And those who actually do that, they don't last. Uh, because we don't get paid enough for what
Mm,
we, let alone you are taking your faith, you're walking in faith as you're doing your work. That is to the extreme. Because we live in a world today that people, listen, they say stuff, oh, I'm a Christian, but when situation gets worse, we don't remember that it is the same God that we have to pray to before we even give that medication that we were doubting that will help, or the treatment or interventions. So kudos
mhm.
to you. My heart goes out to you. You're a role model to be to 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 be sought after.
And
Thank
that the fun there is I
you.
was doing the caring for the patient and nurses and they won't go there. My day off. I think yeah, my day off. The mother prepared GB. We had Nimakante tablet
Ah,
with that meat.
authentic. Wow.
She as soon she brought the food on the wall to appreciate her. She said, "What says Evelyn?" They say she awful. She said, "Open your call." That she can't. They say she yeah. She go Morovia.
Oh my goodness. They wanted to, they wanted to chop in on your glory. Oh my goodness.
So if you started watching and they say, "Man, the GB they get my brother for oil." Now he say, she said,
And the
"Mokori." He
eating
say,
for eating your food. They all should have paid.
so the
Oh
woman called me and she said, "I say I brought food there for you." The people say you go Morovia. I said, "No problem." So then they ate the food. I mean the one. The higher
that's a
thing there is the char leaf.
yes, that's a team player. Listen, sometimes you don't know how much you are influencing people. Your influence goes longer, it goes further than the shift. It goes further than um the community you're serving, because people are saying, wow, Evelyn can do that. I admired her and I can do that too. So just those major means of kindness that you've rendered over the years, I believe there are nurses who want to be just like you, and it gives them courage to stand firm in their belief, to stand firm in their faith. So my last question for you is: Are nurses permitted to pray for their patients in Liberia, in the hospital? Are nurses permitted?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Like the funeral was, we got our prayer every
Mm,
morning when we go. We pray for our patients and we ask God to take the lead.
mhm.
Says Yempu, God is great.
Of
When
course.
you put God first in anything you are doing, I can tell my friends, I say anything you are doing, put God first.
Mhm.
Before you even touch a syringe, you tell God, say, I come use a syringe. Because they put manipulate in different ways. They come in the hospital to even perform their wish.
Woo,
Yes,
really?
yes. They come in the
Wow.
hospital.
What is
Oh, they come in the hospital to perform which to spoil the hands of the doctor and nurses.
the patients?
Yes.
Oh,
I've
goodness.
experienced so when I was on a medical ward, I was pregnant with my late daughter.
Mhm.
May her soul rest in peace.
Mm,
Every morning when I go, I'll make sure I pray. After praying, before we can start our medication, because every ward got a prayer.
mhm.
Or man was in the isolation. He had a colostomy bag.
Mm.
Every morning we change it. Now I knew the woman about him is the one that causing a problem.
OMG.
The that yes, in her witchcraft form. The doctor they have done the work. The big doctor expecting good results, but every day won't come. Different story.
Oh my goodness. Spiritual warfare.
Yes.
Spiritual warfare means medical medical intervention. Oh
Man,
my
they took
goodness.
that
Wow.
they took the child to the finish. You know what the woman start she confess, oh.
What?
She start telling the people say Hey, hey, I said, okay, they may, boy, when I go to the hospital, won't be better, can be the whole day she can be praying. I was not there. Whole day she can be praying.
Oh,
And when I want perform, she said she can see fire around us to the nursing station, the fire are there, or he can penetrate to touch us.
oh my goodness. So
So
witchcraft are really like that.
oh,
Evelyn,
mm,
Evelyn,
mm,
I am, I am woman. You're fighting a woman with thunder fire.
yeah, the fire, she can't even get to me.
Oh
She
my.
said, as soon as woman confess, now the
Mhm.
thing I'm telling you, healing start taking place on our man.
Wow.
Prayer. I told the
Evelyn
people,
is
I said,
white.
we need, yes.
Oh my goodness.
And
What
she
a,
died, though.
of course.
Hmm. She
Wicked people
died.
don't
I
know.
said, yes.
They gotta
I said,
leave.
there where she,
Wow.
there where she, yes. Oh. And the man got healed.
Mm-hmm.
They discharged the man. I forget what the man I said. The man saw me in the street of
Uh-huh.
Ganta. He said, my daughter, you know me again, my daughter. I said, hey, we did it with plenty people. He
Oh,
said,
they
I mean, the
will
woman.
nurse.
The thing I be married, my then I mean, the woman when confess how she wanted to kill me. I said, oh, okay. Tell God you leave it. She not go.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So
Yes.
death.
So we got prayer. We pray every day for God to do to use our hands to care for our patient. Use
Hmm.
our hands that when we touch our patient, they will be healed.
Amen to that.
Our voice will be good
Wow.
in our ears.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes some of the patient, even talking to them, you tell them that ungu a main verse.
Yeah.
God should use our voice and whatsoever we will tell them, they will listen to us. That will be able to get in the care they want.
That's amazing. That is
Uh-huh.
amazing. That privilege to pray and that just having that autonomy in your faith to exercise your faith is not everywhere around the world. So I need our nurses who are joining us, who are watching this recording, just comment to this question. In your country where you practice, are nurses allowed to pray? Are nurses permitted to pray? Or is it against the custom and or the policies of the hospital for nurses to pray and or take their faith into action when they take care of their patients? In some places, nurses get fired because they're using they're crossing lines, they're crossing patients, whatever that it may be, that prayer is not welcomed everywhere. And I work in many places like that. There's one hospital I recently worked at, and that's my side hustle. They are a faith-based ministry, so they everything is prayer, everything is they are extending the healing ministry of Christ. So when you're in that environment and it's part of your belief and your value system, it propels you to do more. It allows you to step into faith and do more than your usual activity of praying with patients. But yeah, even in those environments, not every patient want to be prayed for. Not every patient
Uh,
wants to hear about Christ or hear about your religious belief in their healing. So wow. But it's great to know that in Liberia, nurses can easily pray for their patients and don't get
no, we can pray. And sometimes if we before we pray, we can ask those that got another faith that they don't want to be part, you
okay.
can stay yes, you can stay 1 hour.
Look at that handsome guy behind you. He snuck up on you. He snuck up on you. Is that Israel?
The Israel's giving me hard time. As soon as I spend 1 day home, says they put a problem for me.
Because he misses you. You've been away working two jobs, busy. Hi, Israel.
Excuse me, mama.
Listen, the more you tell him to leave, he will not leave. Just forget about him.
That show Benin, they're behind me for.
Oh, okay. You want to go watch show?
Yeah, they say so they not show, they moving you want watch, just showing it to him so that he making him go call.
He's the one guy among all the girls. They need to be nice to him. Oh
The
God.
man when they be a two sister, he be crying for them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, as soon you taste what she be a two sister, he can say, "Mommy, why you be rejoice for? Why you be favor for? What did they do?"
He's defending them. Good for it. Yeah, well, they have a brother that will be defensive for them. Oh, Miss Evelyn, family woman, married, in the community at large. I don't know what hats you wear. You're everywhere. Woman on fire. I admire your whole life.
Everywhere when I be part of people, they be telling me, say, "Sister, where are you? Want see?" I say, "I coming." Let me go do the other work.
Oh dear. Before we can wrap up here, I truly want to challenge us to bring our nurses that served during the Ebola crisis. You know, I've been telling you about this. We need to bring them so we can have a conversation here. I believe that's a
Mm-hmm.
special population that needs to be heard. That's a special population that needs to be recognized. Um,
Ebola and Corona. You know Ebola?
no, well, let's start with Ebola. Let's start from way back, and
Or
then we can go to COVID, because we know COVID has not gone away. COVID is still current, and there are many stories to tell for nurses to share. So I truly want you to organize that as the chair in Liberia for NIC. I need you to organize that group so that we can have a special interest um, conversation with them, and let the word hear them, and let the word let the word recognize them and give them their flowers.
mm.
Here we are, you're back. So yes, Evelyn, thank you so much. Do you have any updates from Liberia you want to share from chapter 1, or speak on behalf of chapter 2? We're wrapping up. I like updates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your internet is really going in and out, Evelyn. For those who are joining us online, I see we have about 6 viewing. Thank you so much, guys, for coming along. You guys are on Facebook. If you want to pop in and say anything,
Yeah,
feel
sorry,
free.
since you put the net where we're giving me. Yes, for
You need to
me,
work on that too. Since you are Iron Woman, you need to work on the network. In
I will work on it. The network will be work. Yes, the update for Liberia. I just want to give God the glory, and I want to tell God thank you for the strength He giving us, and I also want to tell God thank you for you because you are the one that behind all of these things.
teamwork.
And the chapter 1, I still trying to talk to people. I still trying to encourage people. You know, when I visited in Barcelona, in Morovia,
Mm-hmm.
she told me, Prezo, people always like to put money first in things.
Mm-hmm.
When you are encouraging people, they can say, why were they people giving us? But I told them, I said, NIC is a great organization that will make you to go worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the money, despite whatsoever thing you are thinking about, the connection alone. NIC are making to be connected. People that are being connected with say she as soon as be connected with another person will tell her, she say, yes, this is what we stand for. In chapter 2, most of the people, they few time when my co-chair went like in Banga, majority of them are not on WhatsApp. So if even I want to add them, there is no way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Esther, she facing a problem with the network.
Mm-hmm.
She really facing problem with the networking. She called me yesterday. She said she even want to come over to Ghana and do some things. Then she go back. I say you are welcome.
Yeah.
So we
Her,
are
dis-
still fighting here.
her
Mhm.
district does not have a good connectivity.
Yeah, they
But,
don't have a good connection.
hmm,
But I
wow.
just want to tell you, thank you for this organization. The organization has made me to go worldwide. To even know something about the internet. First, we
Mm-hmm.
just to go on Facebook, move on there, go on the side. But right now, I don't even think about Facebook too much. Anytime I put data in my phone, I'm thinking how I go NIC Global, Liberia, or Sometimes Casey and myself will be chatting and scheduling me for she and myself to talk, all of those things. So
Thank
I
you.
just want to tell God thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for
Mhm.
your services over the years as a nurse. Thank you for the sacrifices, giving of your own life blood. Blood is life. And you are not only a nurse um, rendering physical care, you are rendering spiritual care, you're rendering care, giving the last pint of blood that you need to survive. Um, Only God can reward you. Even if those patients don't come back and say thank you, know that,
Mhm.
know that you are not rendering those services to them. You are caring for them in this means at these desperate hours because you are a child of God. And He started healing humans. He created humans and he healed them while He was here. And we are just stewards of His healing ministry. So thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for your leadership in Liberia. We have a long way to go. We're just starting with a very brand new organization. We're under
Mhm.
3 years old, but we, by the grace of God, have launched our organization in 19 countries around the world. It is the grace of God. So just
Why
know that
why
you,
why the other people thinking about chapter I thinking about chapter 3.
there you go. There you go. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. You're doing fantastic job. And I want to commend you for that. Continue.
Mhm.
Um, my regards to your husband and the kids. Please go start that
Mhm.
movie for Israel so he can enjoy his afternoon. And
Mhm.
yeah, we'll see you again on the other side after the after party.
Tuesday. Tuesday we meet you on the other side.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again. It is uh 6 p.m. my time. It is what 11 p.m. Is it 11 or 10
Yeah.
p.m. 10 p.m. in Liberia? I say thank you so much.
10 no 10 p.m. Yes. Says Laura getting it difficult with the network. She says she missing the phone.
Missing the phone. She needs to go to, I don't know who can give her a better a phone and better device so she can be able to continue because every Sunday we're here to do.
Mhm.
I just joining us today. Note that every Sunday we meet here and we need more talents. We need those who can sing. We need comedians. We need those who can do a how you call it, any talent you have, bring it on because this podcast is not only for you to come and view us. We need you to be interactive. We need you to come out of the how you go behind the camera. We need you to come on the stage with us so we can have a fluid conversation, a dialogue, tell the world what our stories are. Evelyn just shared a gut wrenching story, this inspirational story that I don't know how many nurses out there are donating blood to their patients for them to live. I don't know how many nurses are praying, how many hospitals allow nurses to pray before they touch their patients. We need to hear this story. And Evelyn, I gave you this last minute for you to brag about the hospital you work at, the hospitals that have made you, that have propelled your profession, the schools you went to. I need you to just give them the biggest flowers, the biggest bouquet right now.
Mm, I just where I started my experience for since people for me I just love this profession. So when I was even student, I used to go and practice. When I was in the university, I started practicing at PB Hospital. I ended it with CB Domba before I could get job to Canter Methodist Hospital, the private institution.
Mhm.
And they mold me before I could go to the government facility.
Hmm.
So I just want to tell God thank you for them, for the experience, because it's a practicing hospital where
Hmm.
you got different cases that you have not seen. And seeing the cases is another thing, and putting yourself to do the work, to
Hmm.
practice it is another thing. Because you will see the work, and if you don't put yourself, you will not learn it.
True.
So if you put yourself in the work and you learn it, you won't get beyond shape, you'll do what you're supposed to do. And the doctor will always like to see you. My working in the ER now in the government facility was a recommendation for a doctor.
Hmm.
I care for a patient in the isolation. Here myself, the management I did, he said, what? You don't need to be on the ward, you need to be in the ER because these are people that we're looking for. So I was able to go to the ER and I continue what I want to do. So long I love this field, I will always do what I want to do. And I pray that God will give me strength. And I
Hmm.
pray for the very facility that gave me the idea, the strength. I'm using it as an opportunity for other facility that when people go practice, they don't want to put themselves in it. Let
Hmm.
us learn how to be strong, love our field, because people are leaving this professional because they want to run in the government area, they want to run, they want to do politics.
Hmm.
When you are born, you want to become a professional person. Live by it, and God will give you another opportunity.
Amen to that. What school did you attend in Liberia? Where did you get your nursing degree from?
Continental University.
Okay, go Cottington. They do graduate loads of nurses every year. So thank you. They brought up they.
Continental University is where I got my 2017, August 4th.
Okay, go Evelyn. Go Evelyn. You are a product of that university and
Oh,
the
yes, I'm so proud of that university.
yes.
Bravo to Continental University and bravo to Ganta United Medical Hospital, bravo to E&J,
There you are.
where
Awesome.
I got connected with
We just lost we just lost you. You'll be coming back. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has been such a fun-filled podcast tonight, this evening. Evelyn gets excited, and then the internet tells her she's too excited, and then it goes off.
yes.
Yeah.
So bravo to all the institutions. They are
Yes,
make me proud. They are
absolutely.
make me to move. Do
Mhm.
things that I'm not doing, but now I'm doing it. So I'm so happy.
Hello to Ray Mahmoud. Welcome. I see that you're joining us from Facebook, and you say, "How are you?" We are doing fantastic. We're just spending an evening. Bunch of nurses, those online from various social media platforms. We're sharing our nurse story. Nurses have many stories to tell. So tune in every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, and uh, you can check your local time zone and join us here, okay? Welcome. This is Nurses in Charge, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you, laughing with you, Evelyn Yengigoe. Thank you. This ends our episode number 5. We look forward to episode number 6. We are growing. It's getting better each day, each week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a fantastic day, week. Well, this is the first day of the week, so may you all be blessed. Thank you. Thank you. See you here, same time next week.